Hello guys. So this is my favorite watch of all time, and it's not even close. This is the Amazefit Neo. In the realm of watches, there are three major tribes. Three. The first being analog watches. Analog watches display the time with a 12-hour face around it, and then the minutes, seconds, hour hand, and they go around like that. Yeah, they involve some form of analog ticking mechanism, and that's how it keeps time. The amount of engineering involved in this type of watch is absolutely insane, and I implore anyone watching this video to look into the history of timekeeping because it's very interesting. Anyways, on the other side, you have digital watches like this one. These watches have a digital face, as you would expect, with time being displayed in Arabic numerals and other information like maybe your time zone, what day of the week it is, just the date, etc. Finally, you have smartwatches. These are like digital watches but on crack. These watches have enough processing power to send 100 spaceships to the moon and back and more. Like, I see smartwatches less of a timekeeping device and more of a personal assistant for your phone. Like, we're at the level of smartwatches where, like, for some people, smartwatches can completely replace their phone. There are also a lot of like software health benefits for those who struggle with irregular heart rates and other health issues that can be tracked. Personally, I've used all three of these types of watches, but there was always something missing or something that was putting me off from using it forever. I loved having a smartwatch. I used to use an Apple Watch SE, but I didn't like having something that would have to be charged almost every single day. I didn't like how hot it would get because of the heat or just being outside. The brightness would need to be cranked in order for me to see the face. I wanted something like an e-ink display or just an analog display in general, so I didn't have to deal with any lighting issues or backlight at all. So then I got into Casio watches, and I liked them, but I reached a point where I wanted to be more active, so I wanted to have like a distance monitor and like a pedometer, and I want to be able to see my heart rate when I needed to. I like the appeal in the aesthetic of like using an analog watch, and I have used analog watches for years, but I'm more utilitarian, where if I want something on my wrist, I want it to immediately show me the time and maybe some other things, but I don't want to have to think about what time it is. I just want to look at the time and know the time. So now we're introducing this bad boy. It's a crime that it's not sold anywhere currently at the moment. I really like and appreciate the small niche that this caters to without breaking the bank. This used to sell on AliExpress for about 50 Canadian dollars. I found it worth every penny. This may be off-putting to some people, but I feel like I have to go through the cons before I get into the pros of this device. The battery life is subpar, if I'm being honest. You're not going to charge this nearly as much as an Apple Watch, for example, but charging it is still something that you have to do. It's not like having a Casio that can outlive like multiple generations of your family and survive nuclear explosions. Like, you do have to charge this because it does more than like checking the time. I get around this subpar battery by just disabling a lot of features that I don't need that drain a lot of battery, and I can get away without charging this device for like maybe a month, which is about the same as like Kindles, for example. For some people, maybe the battery draining features are a deal breaker and something that you would want in a smartwatch, which for those people, I don't really think I can recommend this watch unless you like charging every probably like 1 or 2 days. Like, the battery on this can be drained really quickly, in my opinion. When talking about the pros, I feel like half of the pros are due to my own optimizations and not for the inherent quality of the watch itself. For example, I can say that the battery life is both a pro and a con because I don't use that many features on the smartwatch anyways, so I don't really have to charge it all that much. Again, I can charge it as much as a Kindle. The face is also the same as a normal digital watch, which means that you can read what's on the watch face wherever, and it doesn't matter about the lighting conditions. If you're in a low light condition, wow, it has an LED. That's crazy. I honestly think the most positive things I can say about this device, which I know is not me selling it very well, but it doesn't need to be a full-on smartwatch. It just needs to have the features that I want and live for a really long time. And that's all what I need, which is why I absolutely love wearing this watch. This is basically like a Neo Casio watch. I find that to be pretty sick. I will say that the design of the watch really, I don't know, because it is a little bit wider than a normal Casio watch. It might be a hit or miss for some people. Also the colors of it, this was the cheapest color that they had available, which is why I own this one. I would have preferred having the black one, just the fully black one, but at the time that one cost like $15 more and I didn't really want to spend that much just for a different color. I just wanted to try this and see if it worked, and it did, and now it's not available anymore. So if you really care about like aesthetics and whatnot, it's going to be probably harder to find one that fits your needs, if anyone's selling them online anyways. All in all, I really hope that this watch appears back on AliExpress one day, as I do want to get another one just as a backup, maybe in a different color. I don't see this happening anytime soon, however, and it sucks, but you never know. Anyways, if this piques your interest, see if it's available somehow in your region. Maybe we can create a little movement just so then we can get the Amazefit Neo back into mass production. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!